Welcome to Profit Doctor TV. This is your host, John Patrick. Today I want to talk to you about what we can learn as businesses, business owners, in regards to sales from something that we come in contact with at least once a year, and that's the sale of Girl Scout cookies. I entitled this, What I Can Learn from Thin Mints, because that's the one that they're probably most known for. But I recently saw an article on Facebook where somebody started a discussion around, I can't wait for Girl Scout cookies and whatnot. And it got me to thinking about the branding that goes behind that and what we could learn as businesses from Girl Scouts and from the sale of those cookies. I'm looking at an article here. It's actually from Girl Scouts USA, and it talks about why Girl Scout cookies. And it specifically talks about the qualities that the young ladies learn as they go about selling Girl Scout cookies. And it's certainly more, it's about more than just cookies. The first thing they talk about is Girl Scouts learn life skills and are able to realize their goals while having fun. It becomes a chore as you get more mature, so to speak, in the business world in terms of setting goals. But as a child, it's all about dreaming. And so they certainly are able to do that. Customers get a great product and they get to support the girls in their community. This is a $700 million a year business in selling cookies. And all of the proceeds support Girl Scouting in the local community, and we'll talk about that more so. It talks about learning life skills, and there's a lot of different things that a young lady learns in the process of doing that. One is goal setting, another is decision making, yet another is money management, and then, of course, people skills and business ethics. It's unfortunate, but in the culture that we live in, both for safety and frankly to probably have more fun with it and make it more community, you no longer have the Girl Scout knocking on the door trying to sell cookies, and there's some unfortunate aspects of that as well. But being the times that we live in, it certainly makes sense that it's done in a different way. But it still causes me to stop and think, why do people pay $3.50 to $4 for a handful of cookies? Because it certainly wouldn't be about value in the sense of you're getting a value of quantity for the amount that you spend. It goes well beyond that. One of those elements is nostalgia. People will pay money for nostalgia. Our parents certainly talk about it, and as I get older, I'm finding myself talking about the good old days. There's just an element where people look back and look at times in their life that they now view as positive experiences, and they yearn to duplicate that. And that's something that you can capitalize on within a business, not from a sense of manipulation, because I am all about you don't manipulate people into doing it. But on the other hand, there is that intrinsic feeling within someone that needs to be nurtured and cultured in terms of nostalgia. And so there are ways that you can accomplish that. Also innocence. When you think of a Girl Scout, you just think of innocence, the all-American little girl who's just out there selling cookies. That again is something that can be portrayed within a business, not from the obviously the same place of a little innocent girl. But unfortunately most people look at businesses today with cynicism. And there are ways that you can do things within your business that show value, that show your values, that show a sense of morality. And in doing that, ethics, people will respond more favorably because of the fact that they're made to feel that this is a safe and innocent environment. Another one is branding. I mean, stop and think about it. If you had heard the word Thin Mints without my having said anything else, what's the first thing you think of? It's typically a box of cookies, it's Girl Scouts, it's Girl Scout cookies, that whole thing. So they've been very successful in creating a brand around that. Every one of us has that opportunity within our business to go above and beyond just someone thinking of our business by the name of the business, but creating a mental picture that people can focus on when they hear your name, when they hear the name of your business. There are certain standards, certain things that your business has been built around. The word branding is almost overused in one sense, and yet that is the direction that we're going. That it's no longer good enough just to hang a shingle telling somebody this is what you do. You have to separate yourself from the competition by branding yourself in a way that people will see an added value in doing business with you. And then lastly is community. As was shared earlier, the money itself goes back into community. But again, it goes beyond that, and certainly the way I'm looking at it in terms of community. The fact that you're able to contribute, whether or not you view it as sheer value of the purchase, you're willing to do that. You're willing to in a lot of ways, donate some money for the greater good of what it means to be part of a community. Helping someone out that could use your help and can do it with a smile, using those values I mentioned earlier of innocence and whatnot, but becoming part of a bigger thing. There are other companies. Starbucks comes to mind as a company who's built a whole brand around community. It's not about the coffee. It's not about the $8 pound cake slice. It's about being in a community of other people, of being able to socialize and commune with other people. And same thing applies to the Girl Scouts. It makes you feel good, but it makes you feel like you're also part of a bigger thing, and everybody's looking for that. So from a business standpoint, the challenge this week would be for you to figure out how you can apply those principles to your business, how you can create a sense of community. I would be interested to hear your feedback from that. If there's something that you did this week that was different, that you really reached out and did something different, I'd really challenge you not only to do it, but to drop me a line. Probably the best place, just so that I can distribute that information back out, would be through my blog, which is thesalesgazette.com. If you just go in there and plug a little comment under my most recent blog title, I think that would be a way that I can put something together and get it back out, sharing some of your success stories and whatnot. So hopefully that's a challenge that you find could be interesting this week, leads you to a whole different way of how you may run your business. Until next time, this is John Patrick, your Profit Doctor. Take 2 doses of cash flow and call me in the morning.